everybody. Welcome to the Mandcave. This is the only podcast hosted by two best friends with nothing in common except their first names. I'm Mandy Fabian.
And I'm Mandy Kaplan. And each week we test the limits of our friendship by arguing over movies and trends and pop culture and all of Mandy's dumb ideas. And the Patriots beat the Steelers. Grab a couch, let's get to it.
Wait a minute, cut this shit.
All right, folks, listen. I went to Pittsburgh this weekend. We were just talking about it in the pre-show, which if you want to get access to that, you gotta hand over that. You gotta become a Fandy.
Mandcave.com/Fandy, $5 a month.
Join us. We're also getting some nice activity in the Discord. I want to thank listener Stig Olson for reminding me that movie that I could never remember the name of, the Swedish or whatever it was, I still don't know what it was called The Worst Person in the World.
Oh, okay. I saw that thread. I'm back in Discord, so everybody watch it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back. The earth is whole again. But thank you. I want to thank him for being our research department for
we so desperately
helping
need
us
it.
out there. Yeah. That's what that movie's called. So go check it out. It actually is a really good movie. But yeah, I went to the Pittsburgh Steelers game this weekend, and it was extremely my whole body is still kind of shivering from it. I mean, I had goosebumps it's so exciting.
Yeah.
And everybody there, by the way, they gave Patrick this grown man jersey, football jersey with his name on it.
Name number 1.
Yeah. And then I have to say, we were walking up to the stadium and I saw a lot of people in jerseys, and I genuinely was like, I didn't expect to see this many grown men in jerseys.
You were at the game.
Yeah, but I just thought that was kind of like a thing that little kids did. I didn't think it was like, I'm going to wear my jersey. It was, and I don't know if this is true for every stadium. Have you ever been to a Patriots game?
Not at Gillette.
Home game?
No, I've seen them out here, but
there's not one person who's not in some kind of gear. I mean, I think I saw maybe 3 people the whole time who were not wearing colors of some kind. Right. It was crazy.
Yeah, people take it seriously.
And it's not Heinz Field anymore. It's Acrisure. This was the first game played at Acrisure. By the way, no one knows what Acrisure is or does.
Ooh, it could be a cult.
I'm very excited. I took a list of the exercises that I'm supposed to do, and they said they would get back to me. Okay. So we'll see.
I'm waiting for Scientology Stadium. Okay. But you had a blast.
Oh, yeah. It was a great time. I'm exhausted.
Yes.
Which I think is the mark of any successful weekend, right?
Absolutely. I have an update from last week's podcast.
Okay.
I took the personality test. And what a shock. You and I were different. So what were you? The innocent child and the...
Yeah, I think I was the ignorant child or something. Like the can't rely on her, can't be on time, doesn't know how to organize. There were different subsets of the category, but yes.
Well, I was
innocent child,
the wise old man, and the joker. Because remember, there were two different personality types.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah. So
there were 2 or 3. I had a joker in there as well, but it was mostly innocent child.
I'm more of a joker.
I don't know about that.
I'm a better joker.
Okay, well, yeah, you probably...
No, it said it in the personality type. It said it. Weirdly, it said, and you're better than Mandy.
You're more of a joker than Fabs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I followed through. I took the test. And I'm
very
a
impressed.
Wise old Mandy.
Oh, thank God one of us is wise. I mean, the people need that.
They do.
The Fandies have been clamoring.
They deserve it. They deserve to know. Now, here's the dilemma.
Okay.
I need to go to the restroom.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm going to run.
Okay. I'm going to give an independent movie review then, because I watched a movie on the plane.
Oh, okay. Oh, and then I'll have to wait until I listen to the podcast to know what it was.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Here we go, folks. It's funny that my friend would be going to the bathroom right now because the movie that I'm going to review for you all is a movie about friendship. Now, I don't know what your feelings are on this film. I didn't hear much about it, which is made me think, oh, maybe this movie might be garbage. But it was Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar. And I gotta tell you guys, maybe it's just being on a plane. Maybe it's the Bloody Mary mix that I had. But that was a delightful film. Barb and Star are two really funny characters that Kristen Wiig and Annie Mumolo came up with. I'm guessing they probably did them back in their groundling days, but they are delightful together. For those of you who don't know, and I'm pretty sure you all do, but they wrote Bridesmaids together. And no, this movie was not a heartfelt comedy like Bridesmaids. A heartfelt comedy about friendship. I like that their theme is always friendship. It was very much more in the broad Saturday Night Live sketch feely kind of zone, but it was really, really funny and had some really quirky, weird comedy that I enjoyed. And even though there were times when I was like, okay, it had a really pretty good story, a goofy story, but a pretty good driving story. And every conflict was resolved in the most wrap it up in a bow kind of way. And I thought, oh, this is remarkable. I mean, it was very like kind of an Austin Powers-y kind of feeling, but it did have that vein of friendship and love. So I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it and would highly recommend it to anyone. If you haven't seen it, give it a shot. It's a good time. Since Mandy's still in the bathroom, I also watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, which everyone told me is the most amazing film. And here's what I will say. You should never, ever tell anyone that Everything Everywhere is the best movie ever in the world all the time, because that raises the bar too high. So while I enjoyed it, I stopped halfway through because I was like, I don't know, it's kind of losing me. But it was really good filmmaking. There you go.
Here I go. I'm back.
Yeah, I actually did a twofer because I don't know what was going on in there, and it's none of my business, Mandy. It's none of my business, okay? And none of us want to know.
I'm hosting another podcast inside. I was doing a serial update. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. Right. Rabia Chaudhry.
Adnan Syed.
Yeah, by the way, my meeting before this was with her press gal, Katie Brown.
Oh, great.
Oh, Katie Brown is amazing. She is a whirlwind. And yes, and Adnan Syed is free.
Free. I cried.
How incredible is that?
I cried when I heard. I'm so emotional.
Yeah.
I love it.
Me too. He's been in there for 23 years. He's been in jail.
Yeah. And I'm sure most of our listeners know who Adnan Syed is, but he was a wrongly convicted teenager. And
convicted as a grown-up when he was 17 years old for murdering his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
And they made the podcast Serial, and then it spawned an HBO doc series. And I've listened to many other podcasts, and I've read Rabia Chaudhry's book, and just...
Oh, Fatty Fatty Boom Boom?
No, I've read her book
the other one.
About Adnan. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been a long journey for this guy, and millions and millions of people have been following the journey and rooting for him. So I'm over the moon.
Yeah. It's very...
I want to just hook a GoPro
exciting
to him, and I want to watch him like eat food and enjoy, all the creature comforts of home. And just like, I'm so happy for him.
That was the thing. They were, one of the posts that they had was him getting leftovers out of Rabia's fridge. It was really, you'd think they would have bought fresh food though. Now that I'm thinking about it, like did they not know he was coming? I mean,
they did not.
Maybe I need to let them know about DoorDash. Like he could have gotten a nice fresh salad.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. A great, great day.
Yes.
And what persistence and the justice system actually worked.
This one time. Yeah.
It reversed something that did not work.
It righted a wrong. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. That's good stuff. Speaking of justice, that's not really a segue, is it? Speaking of good luck, how about that? That's better.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Oh God, the queen of when is your seminar on doing transitions?
I'm so good at it. I don't know that I could teach it. I think it's just, it comes naturally.
Well, I want to sign up, although I feel like I just crushed that one. We watched Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, which...
Isn't it grand?
Oh!
I think it's grand. And which means the name of this podcast has to be Good Luck to You, Leo Mande. So you're welcome, Pete.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
What if it's Leo Grande? That's interesting because from what I saw, it would have been Grande. You know what I mean?
Ariana Grande I just heard something where she's like, yeah, no, my name is not Grande, it's Grande. Everybody says it wrong.
Oh.
And we've all said Ariana Grande for as long as we've known who she is. So we're sorry, Ariana.
Oh my God. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what did you think? I know you watched it.
I watched it.
What?
I had seen it when it came out. Right when it came out, I was so excited. I'm a huge Emma Thompson fan. I love Emma Thompson.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I certainly didn't watch it with an eye for a podcast or to take notes or to, I just watched it.
Yeah.
And enjoyed it. So it was a pleasure to watch it again. And, this time come at it with a more critical eye. And maybe we should play the trailer, Pete?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm Leo. You must be Nancy. May I come inside?
Yes. So I've made a list of things that I'd like to get through. Number 1, I perform oral sex on you. Number 2, you perform oral sex on me. Number 3, we do a 69, if that's what it's still called. 4, me on top. 5, doggy style.
Well, that all sounds very achievable.
Have I booked enough time?
You want to do it all today?
Yes. No. I've never had an orgasm. There are nuns out there with more sexual experience than me. It's embarrassing. Do you want me to brush my teeth? Oh, God. This is crazy.
Nancy?
It's terrible. It's wrong.
Nancy?
Yes?
Come have a dance with me.
I guess I'm frustrated.
Is Leo Grande your real name?
Thinking about all the places I should have been by now.
No, I simply don't understand why you're doing this.
This to save up for college?
Oh, how wonderful. Are you really?
No.
I've always been ashamed of my body.
Your body's beautiful. I wish you could see that. Everyone wants something different. I don't judge my clients unless they're total arseholes.
I've never done anything interesting in my life. You're the only adventure I've ever had. What's the oldest person you've ever done it with?
82.
82?
Yes.
82?
Nancy.
Okay, I'm feeling a bit better now.
And if anybody could just right now press pause on the podcast, please go Google just the image from this movie, a still image, and please look at this this actor. And on a totally unrelated topic, I know what I want for my birthday.
Yeah, we all want that for our birthday. Yeah. I would never objectify him sexually, except that that's what the movie was about. So for the podcast, I had to look at him that way.
Yes. That it's
I had
appropriate
to imagine
in this
having
instance.
sex with him. Yes, of course. I mean, I did a deep dive on that after watching the movie. It kind of hasn't left me. Just purely in service of our job here today.
Yes.
Daryl McCormick.
Thank you. I was looking up his name. I didn't
Leo
write it.
Grande. Yes.
He's also in Bad Sister.
Interesting. Written by a woman, directed by Sophie Hyde.
Written by Katie Brand. Rhymes with Grand.
Does. Look at this. All kinds of things coming together. Such a small movie. Such a two people basically in one room. It ends up being maybe two rooms and then a little bit of street action. So felt very much like a COVID film. But like I was very... what's the word? Not hesitant. I wasn't sure that they were going to get me. I was like, oh, wow. How is this premise going to feed an entire feature film? And I was completely hooked in. It felt like a play to me.
Right.
The dialogue was so sparkling and the shifts in emotion. And Emma Thompson, you're right to watch anything she does. Have you ever seen an Emma Thompson movie that you didn't love, by the way?
I'm sure. I'd have to really think about it.
Yeah.
But I want to say, I think the reason you had that reaction is Emma Thompson. I don't know how many actresses could pull this off. This is just watching somebody discover herself quietly, sometimes rambling, but there's not a lot to do here. So you need to be so in love and invested in this character, Nancy, as we know her, that you just go with it. And that's a full credit to Emma Thompson. Really great writing and great direction, but really, if you cast almost anybody else, I would have been thinking I'm watching an actress, work those muscles, and you don't feel that with Emma Thompson. She's just so real.
Well, and just when you think, oh, wait, I've heard this before, or this is the same thought or the same idea that's being explored, then it would take this new kind of turn, or she would offer this different color to it. Like, it was a small movie, a quiet movie, a talky movie, which I'm surprised that you liked it, because I didn't know that your love of Emma Thompson would override your need for like a plot. I fully expected you to be eye-rolly and like, ugh, nothing happened, with the exception of Daryl McCormick, obviously.
I agree with you. Normally, I think I would be like, My Dinner with Andre, I'll pass. But this felt, because it feels like a play, and because you feel like you're in that hotel room with them, watching them negotiate, and because of her, I just think she's so winning.
Also, this is not a topic that you see explored ever.
Well,
ever.
Yeah.
An older woman who is like, I never had an orgasm with my husband. I haven't had sex ever since
I'm
he
paying
died.
you, and I wanted it to, like, he says to her, you're really like a hot commodity. You could date online. You could meet men. And she said, I don't want that. I wanted to know a young body and to be with you. Like, she doesn't necessarily want to just go find a nice man her own age and settle. Yeah.
How cool was it that she was very upfront about, it may sound shallow, but I don't want an old man. You never see that, right? You don't see that in life, much less in movies.
No, I mean, in fact, you see it in reverse more, right? You see older men dating women in their 20s, and it's gross
all the time. And it's just sort of, but it's like, societally, people kind of like, it's that old like, oh, well, boys will be boys, like kind of nod. And nobody's like, right. Except some, I guess women are. But like, for the most part, society as a whole is never grossed out by that. They're like, it's unfortunate, but what's a guy to do? They kind of laugh it off. Whereas if it's a woman, it's a little bit like I remember I actually read a movie where the main conflict of the movie was an older woman having an affair with a younger guy. And the way the writer had it was so like, people were so like practically throwing up in their mouths and like couldn't watch it and rejected her from society. And I was like, hold on a second. I mean, I know people are judgy about this, but have we really gotten to the point that like, do you really think it's that bad that people would not wish for this woman's happiness just because she's banging a younger guy? I think she'd be celebrated, but it was funny. I just love, and he is so his character is so thoughtful and intelligent. He says really interesting things. I love, like, his perspective on sex made me relax. Like, it's just a great, fresh, unique perspective on sex that you don't see.
And he's a sex worker, so he does this every day, and he's confident in his abilities. But then we also see him really vulnerable and nervous when she like goes into the restroom to get changed, and he's flopping all around on the bed like, wait, how do I position myself? And should I leave my shirt buttoned or unbuttoned? It's adorable. Like, we see such a human side to him. And then when she admits that she's never had an orgasm, like any man would, he's like, how about now? How about now? Did ya? And she's like, you're going to have to let it go. Like, but it feels like he is insecure. It's not this one note performance of like, I'm extremely sexy and confident, and I'm a sex worker, and I'm here to please you. We see his insecurities. And I like that.
He also, like, you get the idea that he goes into sex working because, well, he left home at 16 or 17 or 15. I can't remember which name. 15. And so he's got to make his way, and he ended up doing this. Like, his mom thinks that he works on a boat with
an oil rig.
An oil rig. That's right. I couldn't remember the name. I was like, what's that called again? But this is what he ended up doing. But you get the sense that he likes his job, like, especially because I guess he does it for older women. Like, it's sort of his niche thing, and he takes these older women and like gives them the time of their lives. And he seems to be very happy in it. Like
I think he sees it as like a therapeutic process, that he's part of a caretaking industry, not, nothing seedy, nothing tawdry. It reminded me of this amazing film with John Hawke and Helen Hunt, and I never remember the name of it, so I need to look it up, where he's like a quadriplegic or a paraplegic, and she helps him achieve orgasms and like spends time with him, and it's just
wow.
And then of course he gets confused and falls for her, but she's like, this is my job. And she does it in such a beautiful, caring way that it gets all confused.
Wow.
And I never remember the name of it. And it's so good. And I'm sorry.
Hard. Patrick has to say that to me every time. I'm like, I love you. And he's like, this is a job for me.
Yeah.
But
it hurts.
It's a very good job.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't know that I'm not paying him, like, which is great because he never looks at our bank account.
Oh, God. Am I not going to find the name of this damn movie?
Oh, is it another like small talkie movie? Is it a small relationship?
Yeah, it's very
kind
small.
Of movie?
No.
Boy. I also,
John
let me
Hawke,
just also say, and this is going to be a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I was so pleased at how they did not, I was shocked and pleased that they went for nudity too.
Yeah. Male and female and equal.
Male. Yes. And it was very tasteful and beautiful. And I was a little upset that Emma Thompson is rocking a bod that is way better than mine already. Mm-hmm. And I feel like she's a few years
so
my senior.
Stunning.
She is so unbelievably goddamn gorgeous.
God.
And I was like, oh God, no. I would never do a nude scene in a movie. And she did. And like really just, it was so like, took my breath away. That's the only thing I can say. Like in a way that it elevated a very talky play movie where you're like, wow, you are really showing me a world that I never would have imagined and loved spending time in. It was
I know.
You probably hate this phrase, but it was like a breath of fresh air.
I don't hate that phrase.
Oh, okay.
I don't hate everything. No, I really, and then their feelings for each other become complicated, and she, in a way, wants to know him, to know this person that's helping her, and she wants to help him, and gets a little too curious about who he is, and it gets dramatic between them that she's crossing lines. Yeah. She crosses a lot of boundaries and a lot of lines. But specifically, while we're raving about Emma Thompson, as I love to do, could we hear the scene where he questions her about what it was like with her husband of 31 years? And she answers, and this is at 29:42 to 30:42.
What will get you back in the mood? What would your husband do to get it all going again?
Well, he would take all his clothes off and lie in the bed without putting his pajamas on, and I would take all my clothes off, put my nightie on, and lie in the bed next to him. And then he would rub my shoulders and breasts a bit, and then he would climb on top, do the business, kiss my cheek, roll off, put his pajamas on, and go back to sleep.
That's it?
That's it.
Always?
Always. No deviation for 31 years.
And that's the only sex you've ever had?
Correct.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
No oral?
No oral.
Not even on him?
No, he said it was demeaning.
For you?
For him.
Okay, and I presume it was the same for him on you?
Yes, he said that was demeaning for him too.
So you've never had?
No. Never had. Never given.
Do you want to?
Yes, I do. I want to. I want to very much. I always have done. Sorry. Sorry to cry. Stupid.
when she describes it, he would climb on top, do the business, no deviation for 31 years. He said oral is demeaning. And then Leo says, would you like to try it? And she bursts into tears because she just wants to try giving a blowjob. And it's so, I wrote down perfect writing, perfect acting, perfect storytelling.
Yeah.
And it's just the two of them talking in bed and,
Yeah. Yeah.
It broke my heart.
I love hearing her talk when she gives him the list of all the things that she wants to do.
Well, I have that written down too. Pete, if you could play that, that's minute 34:37 to 35:16, please.
So I've made a list of things that I'd like to get through.
Oh, that sounds sexy.
Don't mock me, I'm a teacher. Old habits die hard.
What's first on the list?
Number 1, I perform oral sex on you. Number 2, you perform oral sex on me. Number 3, we do a 69, if that's what it's still called. I don't know. 4, me on top. 5, doggy style.
Well, that all sounds very achievable.
Oh, does it? Oh, good. Good, because I have no frame of reference. I've tried looking on the internet, but it's alarming, frankly. I mean, if you type in classy porn to Google, up pop 12 windows of erections. I mean, there's no build-up at all. Have I booked enough time?
You want to do it all today?
Yes, if possible.
Yeah. Oral, if a 69, if that's what it's still called. Me on top, doggy style. Have I booked enough time? Like, I don't know why I had him play the scene and then I just quoted the scene, but I actually wrote down all the dialogue because it was so.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's a deep movie and it's thought provoking, but it's just entertaining. There's a lot of lighthearted, sexy fun.
Yes. And you don't see a 65-year-old woman talking like this and asking for these things and wanting these things. I mean, even what I think is interesting is that little turn that you're talking about when it gets dramatic is I felt that she was becoming his mother, right? She found out he had a bad relationship with his mom. She wanted to know about his relationship with his mom. She wanted to mother him. She wanted to know he was going to be okay. Could he really enjoy this work that he's doing? She was very maternal and controlling with him in that moment. And I think that's very true. I think it's very true of a lot of, it's a big idea, but I think it's true of a lot of women that sometimes we're afraid of being sexual. And so we go right to the other roles, right?
Well, it's like the Madonna or the whore, right?
Yeah,
isn't that the old chestnut? I don't know.
We'd be a mom and a caretaker. Yeah, chestnut's good. That's a good word. And then we forget, that how many women do you think would hire a sex worker? Now, granted, they wouldn't cheat on their husbands necessarily or their wives, but I wonder how many women have actually hired or desired to hire a sex worker. Have you ever thought of that?
I know, and I would be so self-conscious, and she is. She's terrified. And I would also be afraid of disease or, I mean, she gets the cream of the crop. When this guy walks in, well, all concern would fall away.
Well, they also take that concern away for the audience because you're not exactly sure how this works, but you get the idea that he is a, what's the word I'm looking for? White glove service, right? Mm-hmm. That he's been tested. There's no danger of disease or being indiscreet or he is the Julia Roberts of hookers.
Right.
I mean, he's high end is what I'm saying. He's very there would be, she's in good hands. You get that feeling right from the top of the movie.
Oh,
even though they don't go into the specifics of how you would know that.
And they let us see him in the opening sequence. We see him getting ready to go. So it gives us a sense of his intentions. And I thought that was very smart. If we opened on a nervous woman in a hotel room and then knock, 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 we wouldn't know what was coming through that door. But we see him listening to his iPod and just getting in the mood and getting ready. And he seems very harmless and well-intentioned. So I thought that was smart movie making.
Yeah.
Here's just one observation. And if everyone, for those of you who are playing along, Google your picture of Daryl McCormick You're welcome. Now, how is he so stunning and looks so much like Nick Kroll? It's weird. Am I right?
I don't see it, but maybe
yes,
I have
you
to
do.
pull
No, you have to agree with me. It is weird how much he looks like Nick Kroll. And he is a mixed race, like he doesn't actually look like Nick Kroll, but I'm telling you.
Okay. I can kind of see it a little bit in the eyes. Maybe a little bit in the eyes.
Well, I hope I don't. Not that I don't like Nick Kroll. Nick Kroll's very talented, but.
Sure, he's amazing. Yeah. I didn't see the Nick Kroll.
Oh, through the whole movie. I'm like, why are you so Nick Kroll-y?
Wow, that must have taken you out. That must have really taken you out. The other movie that I remember that had this premise was it had Queen Latifah and Holly Hunter. You remember Living Out Loud?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that movie?
I never saw it, but I do remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was Holly Hunter. I think she was getting a divorce and hired a sex worker. Well, hired a massage therapist that was willing to do other things.
Oh, uh-huh.
It was an optional, like, do you want the happy ending or not?
Right.
Kind of wink, wink thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've nearly fallen in love with a few massage therapists. I've never had a happy ending, but I will say there have been a few times where somebody put their hands on me and I was like, what are you doing the rest of your life?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. They never answer and the session ends quickly, but
how many restraining orders are there out there? Because I noticed I got you a massage gift certificate last year for your birthday, which you still haven't used.
Oh, yeah. I haven't used that yet.
And I'm wondering, are you not allowed back to that
well,
spa?
Porter Ranch and I have a history.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh,
but that offer still stands. You drop the girls off and you go get a massage.
I'm going to do that. You're a good friend.
I'm telling you to.
Okay.
So one last thing I need to say about this movie, and we're not going to get into my masturbation habits. They are well worth diving into, but not today. When she does finally have her orgasm, it is so delicate. She barely moves. She's like laying on her back with a smile, and she goes, ah, and it's over. And I'm like, really? That's her first time. It's going to be that easy and that pleasant and that it just. I cry foul.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I will say I thought it was very movie moment masturbation,
mm-hmm.
but I thought it was pretty realistic. I mean, she does some good shuddering and some breath stuff, so I felt like it might be the way Emma Thompson actually has an orgasm. But I will argue this: if it was the character's first time, I mean, come on, it just doesn't happen that fast.
Yeah, you'd be squinching your face and trying to figure it out. It wouldn't be so pretty.
Yeah. You'd order room service. Is there anything else on TV that's going to take some time? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think it would have been so, although she had been stimulated, you know, I mean, she was right there. That might have been all she needed was just the invitation. I thought it was an interesting, if on the button, if you will, on the nose kind of, that she's the one who ends up pleasuring herself.
Yes.
Thematically for the movie, that's pretty perfect. Sorry for the spoiler alert, everyone. But if you want to watch Emma Thompson masturbate, go see this movie. Why isn't that on all of the advertising? That's what I want to know.
I think it's pretty clear that we're going to get a lot of Emma Thompson in this movie. And I
would never have guessed that.
Oh.
No, I really wouldn't. I mean, I know it's about a sex worker, but I thought it would be tasteful in English. You know what I mean? I didn't expect them to go American with it, where you actually see bodies and see sex happening and stuff above the sheet.
I feel like that is English, not American.
Is it?
I feel like
well, you're
British
smarter than me. You probably
are more raw and just show us life like it is.
Yeah,
and Americans would be like, "Oh, we love Emma Thompson. Let's just CGI her down to age 30." And,
Yeah, that's true. We'll just have her in a shower with a steamy door between the camera and her. Yeah, you're right.
It wouldn't have been this, just real and beautiful.
It was really real and beautiful. See, and I thought naked bodies disgusted you. That's the other reason why I thought maybe you wouldn't enjoy the
just
movie.
Just my own. Okay.
I'm so proud of you. This is so, your response to this film is so heartening and classy. I'm very glad that you liked it as much,
Oh, you're welcome.
I mean, this is an erudite, intellectual, beautiful, sensual movie. And you were right on board with it the whole time. That makes me so happy.
I'm very
Let's watch more sex
erudite.
movies. So you want to give it some man jobs? Very
4.5.
appropriate here.
4.5. I love
Oh,
this movie.
So sweet.
Yeah.
I loved it too. I'm going to give it 5 just because I don't know any reason not to. And I would encourage everyone to go see it. And
It's
I
on
really
Hulu.
do
It's
want to
on
hear.
Hulu. You're
from
saying go see
Yeah.
it. It is right in your home right now.
Oh
It's
my
right
God.
there.
Well, I usually have to go someplace I guess I could watch something right here, couldn't I? Good point. Yes, I love it so much. I'm very excited to share it with people. And I would really like to hear from the Mandys, by the way.
Yes.
Get on that Discord and please tell me what you think of this movie after you watch it.
Yeah, please come out and validate us. We talk to each other too much. We need you guys to join the conversation.
Well, it's funny. I never thought we talked to each other too much, but yeah, okay.
What? My mic
it's
cut
cool.
out. What?
You know what? I'm just going to go on to the business of the show. Hey, everybody. Guess what? The Mandcave is a production of True Story FM. Engineering is by Pete Wright. Music by Ian Post. And you've heard us say it, but please spread the word. If you haven't left us a rating or review, you can go do that on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, and I think on Spotify, you can also leave
5
us
stars on Spotify, but you can't type anything.
Yeah. So go ahead and leave your sassy comments in the reviews and spread the word to your friends. We love getting new listeners, and that's how we do it. Word of mouth.
And become a Fandy, as we said. $5 a month gets you lots of cool stuff and access to private stuff that regular folk don't get. And if you want to join us on Discord, you can come on over to mancave.com/Discord. Anybody can do that. And then if you are a Fandy, there is a private channel for us to talk about all the other people.
Oh, yeah. And then there's also merch. Come and get your T-shirts and sweatshirts. We have a brilliant team of graphic designers who come up with really, really funny stuff. Oh, she's wearing the Real Mandys of San Fernando Valley sweatshirt. I love it.
It's my favorite logo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. So, go and check it out. Okay. Oh, wait, it's me. I have a game for you. I have a game for you.
Games.
Well, let me tell you something. I had a lot of ideas about games for this one. And when you Google different sex positions, you get all kinds of alerts and warnings that come up. I've never done this. I don't watch pornography, as you know. I'd rather, it's like watching a car accident. I can't, with my hands over the eyes, I can't watch it, even though I probably would love it if I could just get past the whole oh my God.
Well, then maybe I'll assign that to you for next week.
Great. Oh yeah, that would be wonderful. We could talk story for at least 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then
I'll see if I have my DVD of Bang Van lying around.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Right. As if you don't have your online favorites. Okay. DVD porn. So anyway, but I thought maybe today would be a very healthy time to play a nice game of Would You Rather.
Yes.
Right? Just
obviously.
Simple.
Yes.
I want to know more about you. So, and for the purposes of this, first question, let's just say that you are a sex worker. Okay. So, Mandy Kaplan, you probably have a website.
My name wouldn't be Mandy Kaplan if I were a sex
that was my first question.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather be called by your real name or your sex worker name?
Sex worker name.
Okay. And is that your name, sex worker? Or would you come up with something else?
I want to say Daisy. I don't know why.
Sure. That's
Daisy
hot.
Flowers would be my sex worker name.
Daisy Flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're not, this isn't like an intellectual. This is a different kind of sex worker than Leo Grande.
Yeah, I don't think I would be all.
I mean, I feel like, you know what? Daisy Flowers, nobody would ever guess that's a fake name. That's great. Okay. So would you rather, Daisy, would you rather, if you were going to your client, would you rather have a deep conversation or meaningless sex with a stranger?
Deep conversation.
Really?
Well, I'm not answering as Daisy. Shoot. I mean, Mandy would rather have deep conversation. I can't do meaningless sex.
Worker.
As a sex worker, Would I get paid the same? Right?
Wait, you never had meaningless sex? You never were like, let's just bang this out and I want nothing to do with you afterwards?
No.
Oh. No, gross. Of course not.
But,
So,
I mean, Daisy would say, as long as I'm getting my hourly rate,
sure.
I'd go for the conversation.
Okay, and you'd never be like, you sure you don't want a handy? Like, are there any...
Here's what happened in the movie that I would worry about for my career. He is concerned about wanting repeat business. He clearly wants her to become a regular client. And I'm assuming if I go and I just have a real nice talk with a guy, I'm not going to get him. He's not going to call back and want more of that. So I would if, I've got my money on my mind and my mind on my money and go diggity and all that. So I would want to make, I would want to get him off.
Okay.
So that he wants to hire me back.
Okay. I mean, I think there's something classy about like kind of the way he did it that you could do as well. You could sort of suggest every so often, like if you're having a deep conversation about tuna casserole, you could be like, I have a dish. Like you could sort of make innuendos while the conversation is going.
I wouldn't do it around tuna because I think that's a turn off. If you get where I'm going with that.
I don't know why I thought of that. I don't know why I thought of that. It's a favorite dish of mine. And now I've said too much. Okay. Would you rather, are you ready? Would you rather be a sex worker or work at Walmart?
Oh, why are they mutually exclusive?
Oh, good point.
I find that prejudicial. I would want to have a little booth in the back of Walmart.
Okay, sure. I mean, everything's cheaper there, though. You really, you'd really be getting, you're offering your lowest prices at Walmart.
It's true, but there's fresh produce right there and change of clothes if things get messy, cleaning products. Wow, it's all right there.
You've thought this out. Okay. All right. You would rather be a sex worker at Walmart.
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather be a sex worker or work at the nacho place in the stadium?
Oh, well, nacho place in the stadium. No sex. Because there's, the sex I would have, there's cheese and jalapenos and that's sexy enough.
Okay. But like when you're serving the nachos, you can't watch the game.
That's okay. All I need is nachos.
I thought that would be worse for you to be at a stadium and not be able to watch the game but if the nachos are a bridge for you, that makes it better.
You didn't really specify. So when I heard stadium, I just went to baseball and I don't like baseball. So,
but fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be a sex worker or a puppeteer?
Again, why mutually exclusive? If I could figure out a way to work puppets into sex, that's what I would do.
Okay, now you just made me want to be a sex worker.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly think doing a little like hand puppetry and little dirty talking with the puppets, that would actually be a pretty good time. You could be working on your screenplay while you're a sex worker. That's okay. Great. Would you rather be a sex worker or work at the DMV?
I would rather be a sex worker.
Whoa!
Because there's less rage. People get very angry at the DMV, and I don't handle myself well when people are very angry.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm sure no one's ever angry at sex workers. Wait, this is getting too real. I want to go
home. For Daisy Flowers. No. Daisy Flowers is a white glove girl. It's okay.
Okay.
It's all right. And you don't really have to be a sex worker. I mean, if you loved this podcast, you would do something between now and next week, but it's fine if you don't. I just
challenge accepted.
All right. How much do you think you would charge for a full night?
Oh my.
It's not a would you rather, but I'm just curious. Like what
I don't know what the going rate is, but a full night. I mean, I know a good cocktail waitress can make like $300 easy in a shift.
Yeah.
So it would have to be like
at least that
4 or 5 times that. I would say $1,500 for a night.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Thanks.
Okay, what about like a half night? Would you just go half then?
Well, first of all, we all know I fall asleep at like 8:45.
Exactly. At night for you, the business would have to start at 6, right?
Yeah. So, a half night, 1,000, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you didn't go full half because, they're still getting Daisy Flowers, you know? Mm-hmm. And what about just a cuddle? Would you ever have a business where people just like want to spoon and hum?
Oh, I would pay for that.
Oh, you would?
Oh, I have very many times said to Jer, if we are ever billionaires, I will hire someone to just play with my hair and rub my back every night until I fall asleep.
Well, why didn't you say so? I have a 2:00 open.
Oh, I'll be right there.
Yeah,
Because I
can
could
come-
be
yes.
asleep by 2:15.
I'll come to you. It's not a problem. Okay, and how much would you charge for a fully choreographed dance number?
Again, I would pay people to let me do that.
Oh,
it's my
okay.
favorite.
This is okay. That's very good. I think that's a service you could offer, actually.
Yeah, that is a service I offer.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
I don't pay
so-
people. I have been hired as a choreographer.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is good. It's good that you have a resume
Mhm.
because people look at that before they hire you.
I'm sure.
Now, Daisy Flowers, let's say that it's going so well for you that
Thank
you
you.
now have a team. You've hired me.
Oh,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So let's just say that I'm,
my fluffer.
sure. Yeah. And I'm like, Leopard Blue Jeans would be my sex worker name, let's just say.
Great.
Just made that up on the spot. Just now. Leopard
like
Blue
it.
Jeans. But it's not bad. Okay. So what merch or prizes would we offer?
Oh
Yeah.
my.
I mean, right? There are different toys, would we have fun? I don't know. It just came to mind, like a special delivery.
I mean,
like, would
I
we
would
do
imagine,
10 minutes of
like-
stand up before the sex or?
Underwear that's just like dental floss and a little daisy in the front.
Oh, that's so good. God, you're good at this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd have like a blue jean jacket with a leopard on the back. Oh, wow. I actually have that.
Now you sound like the Tiger King. This is fantastic.
But nothing else. I'd wear nothing else.
Oh my God, that look. I would like that look. You'd be the Winnie the Pooh of sex worker assistants or whatever you are.
It's like you're reading my journals from when I was 10.
Yeah.
It's a little girl's dream come true. Okay. Just a few more questions. Okay, Daisy. Would you rather do a Kentucky Klondike or a Screw-Unicorn?
I love a pun, so I do enjoy a Screw-Unicorn, but K's are funny in comedy, so I would say Kentucky Klondike.
Okay.
4 Ks.
Okay. Do you
Do I know what
would you
those
like
are?
to know what a Kentucky? Yeah. Do you know what a Kentucky?
I mean, of course I
Klondike is?
know, but the listeners might not. So why don't you tell them?
Apparently, I don't think this is real. A Kentucky Klondike is when someone poops. And they take their poop and they put it in the freezer so it gets really hard.
Oh.
And then I think they put it maybe in your vagina. They put it in a hole. I think it's your vaginal hole. I'm not sure. That's what I remember. I had to get off that website very quickly. Okay. Here
What's a Screw-Unicorn, or did you make a Screw-Unicorn up?
I did not make it up. It's real.
What is it?
A Screw-Unicorn is when I think there's a double end. I think there's a double-ended thing, and the two ladies are on that.
The visuals, everybody! I'm so sorry you're missing these visuals.
A Screw-Unicorn is a wonderful gift for a graduation party or something.
Yeah, stocking stuffer.
Stocking stuffer. Mm-hmm.
A something
Your
stuffer.
Stocking stuffed. Yeah. Okay. I think this is the last question. Yeah, it is. Okay, and this is going to be a really hard one. This is very tough for you, but I want you to breathe. I did. I want you to breathe deep. Okay. Would you rather make love to Taye Diggs all night or get to rewatch all of the Golden Girls as if it was the first time?
Oh, the Golden Girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we have different bucket lists, but I get it. Daisy, I don't know how, I feel like you should I think you should expand. Look
I
and see
should
if they're
retire.
hiring for an assistant manager at Walmart. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just see
No,
if
I am
Walmart has
not
other
devoted
openings.
to my career.
I said
apparently.
openings. Okay, that's it. What do you got for me?
Well, we all scream, don't we? That is the name of Patton Oswalt's newest comedy special on Netflix, dropping tomorrow, I think.
Well, that's exciting.
We all scream.
I love Patton Oswalt. That's great.
And we so enjoyed I Love My Dad, and it has sparked a lot of Patton Oswalt talks in my life. So I want to see this special, and I hope we enjoy.
Fantastic. I love it. I will watch it, and I will talk to you about it next week.
Excellent. All right. We did it.
We did it. I love you.
Love you.